Hey guys, Simpson2142 here, and today I want to talk about placement matches and why I still think they're pointless and really shouldn't be a thing in the game anymore. Okay, so I did a video on placement matches back at the beginning of Season 4. In that video I showed how I ended Season 3 at 2819 SR, I then proceeded to win 7 out of 10 of my placement games, and then got placed at rank 2667, dropping over 100 SR between seasons despite having a positive win to loss ratio in my placement matches. And this time round it's a very similar story. I finished last season at 2724, I've just won 6 out of 10 of my placement matches, and I've been placed at 2620, again dropping over 100 SR despite winning the majority of my placement matches. A slim majority granted, but a majority nonetheless. So this obviously brings back the question, why do we bother with placement matches in the first place if they don't offer any clear reflection on your actual placement? I mean, my peak rank in Season 4 was 2924, and for the majority of that season I spent hopping up and down between that and 2700. So from that alone you'd presume my average SR would be around 2800. So shouldn't I just be placed at 2800 in Season 5 right off the bat? And you can't even use the excuse of it making sure my skill hasn't changed between seasons, as I played right up to the end of Season 4 and there has been less than a week of off time between these two seasons. Less than a week. And there hasn't really been any major patch changes in that time which could heavily swing the meta. I mean, sure, there's the latest patch which has made huge changes to McCree, Reaper and Roadhog, but that's currently in the PTR and so has no effect on competitive at this time. It's also been noted that placement matches try to match you with people who are of a similar skill set to yours in the previous seasons. So chances are, if for example you finished in silver, you'll be playing against other silver players in your next placement matches. Now don't get me wrong, I personally think this is a good thing, as you don't want to be playing with bronze players on your team whilst fighting up against grandmasters on the other team. But if we are being placed up against people of similar skill in our placement matches, why not just let us carry on playing regular competitive matches at the start of the new season from the SR we left off at the previous season? And seeing as how I am winning the majority of my matches in these placement matches against similar skill players, should I not have my skill rating increased to reflect that? You know, instead of actually losing 100 SR. It just makes the whole process of playing 10 competitive style matches incredibly time wasting, as they clearly have no true reflection on your given rank. And I do know the counter arguments against this, like if you've had an unlucky streak of placement matches, you don't want to be knocked down over 200 SR for the start of the new season. I get that. But I think a much better system would be that placement matches do still award and take away SR based on a win and loss, but do so on a much smaller scale. So if you win 5 out of 10 of your placement matches, you can pretty much expect to stay where you are. If you win 8 out of 10, you will receive SR rewards, but not as much as if you'd won that many on regular competitive matches, and obviously vice versa for losing 8 out of 10 matches. Because with the current system of still losing over 100 SR for winning the majority of your placement matches just seems a little bit silly, and it just discourages you from taking placement matches seriously. And I just worry that when people cotton onto this fact, we may see placement matches looking more like quick play games rather than competitive games. So my suggestions for placement matches to be fixed in the future is either 1. Have them represent on a much smaller scale than regular competitive matches, that way you're still rewarded for your efforts, but it also gives you less pressure of fear of SR changes should you be trying something new this season, such as a new hero, a new playstyle, etc, etc. Or we can keep the same algorithm as the placement matches hold right now, but just reduce the number of placement games required, like maybe down to 8, even 5. And my third and probably most extreme solution, have the system reverted back to competitive seasons 1 and 2, where ranks are wiped clean at the end of each season and everyone gets a clean slate for the new season. That way the placement matches will actually serve a purpose of once again having to place you on the broad scale of bronze to grandmaster. Though just a disclaimer thought here, I truly wouldn't want it to revert back to the clean slate system of seasons 1 and 2. As much as I hate being stuck in platinum for a new season, it's definitely much better than the dice roll system of what teammates you're going to get on your team to the teammates on the enemy team. Having a string of bad bronze teammates against a team of higher skilled players and getting placed at a much lower rank because of it is not really going to be fun for anyone. Anyway guys, that's about it from me on this topic. Let me know what you think of the whole placement match system. And of course I'd be curious to know what SR you got placed in at this season compared to what you were last season, and how many placement games you won or lost in between. But until the next one guys, take care of yourselves.